So guys, with the new expansion out, GGG has actually added more ways to read the map so that people will stop getting lost, or at the very least get faster at going through the campaign. So you actually see something different straight up from the first area. This is Clearfell. One thing you can notice is that there's this bridge now, and everything that is interesting in Clearfell, which is the Devourer, the Witch, and the entrance to the Growlwood, everything will be past this bridge. There won't be anything before this bridge for you to do. So in order for me to prove my point, I'm going to just make a quick look through for the area before, and hopefully we will not see anything interesting. So as you can see, there was nothing. Then there's only three things left to check, which is the Devourer, the entrance to the Grailwood, and the Ice Witch, which I really recommend you to kill because it gives you ice cold resistance, and I believe that cold resistance is very useful against the boss of this act. So what I usually would do is that I will look through the outer edge. So you will see we already found the Grailwood, and the outer edge should lead you to everything else. Actually, from my experience, if you want to skip this part, usually the next interesting thing should be opposite the Grailwood, so you don't actually have to hug the upper one if you actually want to save a few minutes. Then we'll see the Mud Burrow. The Mud Burrow has the waypoint. And last but not least, we will have the Witch next. As it clearly from the minimap, I'm actually exploring this at the same time. So I'm just doing this as though I don't know anything in this map. It's not that I actually have map hack on or like I already pre-explored this map or something. Yeah. So there you have it. This is the guide for the first area, Clearfell. So now we have the Grailwood. I'm not sure if GGG has actually done anything interesting to this because I don't actually see anything that would indicate any form of direction when I first come inside. Well, but you guys might know more than me, so please indicate down on the comments below. But one thing that, from what I see is happening, is that most of the places of interest or the checkpoints, for example, are placed in the diamond formation of the map. So I've hit my first place of interest, and then let me skip this boss because it will take too long. I will be going in a diamond formation, looking for anything that is interesting, anything that is important. I also vaguely remember that the area, the entrance to the next area should be directly opposite of where you started from. So if you really just need to get to the Red Veil, it should be on that direction. Yeah. So I'm having a little bit of trouble finding the next point of interest. Hopefully, there, right here. So we have this. So you can get the Bramblebees here. The placement of these places of interests will always change. Sometimes you'll get the waypoint first, sometimes you'll get the Bramble first. That one is quite random. But it seems that the diamond formation is quite reliable. So we have the Grim Tangle here. Oh, this is a lot smaller map than we actually went before, just to test this theory. So we will also have one more slightly interesting thing around this area. I hope. Right. And we'll see the checkpoint. So these things are usually arranged in a diamond formation as so. It's not an exact science, as you can see. Like, I got lost a little bit, but you can actually use this as a rough gauge in order to find the places of interest. So now I'm going to be looking for the entrance to the next area, the Red Veil. And as I said, it should be directly across the entrance for you to find. Right. So it's over here. Veil. Sadly, the Red Veil is one of those places where I was hoping for an environmental cue, but after staring at the map or staring at the area for a very long time, I can't seem to find any new environmental cues. So what I'm going to do is just show you the old methods of navigating through the Red Veil. So usually in the Red Veil, what will happen is that there's 3 Obelisk of Rusts, and as you could see just now, the moment I activate the checkpoint, the Obelisk of Rust is shown. You need to hit this Obelisk of Rusts in order to continue on with the quest, and there's like 3 different Obelisk of Rusts in this map. Usually, you will be able to find this Obelisk of Rust if you walk around in like a circular manner, and they are usually in some form of weird triangular formation when you eventually find all of them. So I think it's one of those that you will eventually find as long as you hug the middle or you look through the entire map. So we found one, which should make it easier for me to find the next one, but I actually have no real idea where the next one is. Then we have another one. So with this formation, I'm going to try the top left. Hopefully that will work. So, see, they were in a triangular formation. You can see the triangle right here. It's actually not very obvious, and I just hope you can find whatever you're looking for. So now we are at the hunting grounds. The hunting grounds is actually one of the areas that have been explicitly mentioned by GGG when they were talking about adding new map environmental factors in order for you to be able to find your way around the world easily. One of which is to look out for dead animals. We have found one. So you can see this. This is a dead animal, and you can it's kind of crowded out by the amount of stuff that I killed on it, which is one of the problems of Path of Exile. But as you can see, there's a dead animal over here, and there's steps leading to the top right. So that should be the way to either Crowbell or to another clue. So now I'm going to go to the top right. Oh, and there's also a signpost to Organ Village pointing the correct way. So you can take note of this. Crowbell should be somewhere in this direction. Right, so as you see this checkpoint, all you need to do is go in and you'll see Crowbell. One thing that I'm quite curious is Um, well, I think I'll just follow the road now, and I'll bring you guys to Organ Village, which is actually a very nice addition. Cause Hunting Grounds is actually a huge map. So we saw Organ Village over here. Arrow is pointing down. We'll just follow this road to Organ Village. One other thing that you can look at is actually the ritual. I've actually tested this before, and if you find a ritual area and you actually clear it, there should be a path of locusts that will point you towards the area where you have to clear out the rituals. So here, Organ Farmlands. So as long as you follow this road and you have you follow the checkpoint, follow the signpost, you'll be able to find your way out of this place quite easily. That's really quite nice compared to what you'll have to do back then. There is a druidic ritual here. I did not follow any signs for this. I just found it. But I think the druidic ritual is usually quite close to the Organ Farmlands, but don't quote me on that. I don't actually have much experience or proof about that. Now what I'm looking for is the ritual site. Just by looking at all the points of interest, I'm going to guess that it's closer to here. Yeah, I got it. Right. Wow, these are actually quite clustered together. So once I clear this ritual, we should be able to see something that will point you towards the next area for the ritual, which will give you your spirit upgrade, so it's very nice to do anyway. God knows I need all the help I can get to get through the campaign. Right, see this? You can also use this to find other ritual sites. We are going to go to this area, and I will go straight into the next area. Right, see? You can find the checkpoint here, and it should be the Freythorn. Yes, that's the name. Right, I'm going to go straight into the Freythorn, and this is the checkpoint. And another thing about the Freythorn is that if you clear the rituals, they will also point you towards the next few rituals. And the numbers actually decrease, so you don't actually have to remember the rituals that you have cleared in order to like triangulate a position or something, which is very nice. As you can see, there's 3 more rituals, one to the I want to say right, but that doesn't really help very much. So what I'm saying is that this might be the furthest away from the entrance, so I think that might be the biggest one. So I'm going to try this one, which is closer to the entrance, so I'm hoping for a small one. I will move like this. The reason why I'm hoping for a small one is because the largest one needs you to complete all the other rituals. So I'm just trying to make it be more efficient. Right, so you can actually see this. So you can see another one which is like this and like this. I'm going to pick the one that would be closest to the entrance, which is this one. Right. Nice. We got all the small ones. Clear this out. And the moment we clear out, it should point only to one more, which is the last ritual of the area. So it only points to rituals which have not been cleared, which is very nice. Right. So you can see one last one, and let's go. Yep. As you can see, this is the last ritual. So now we're at Ogum Farmlands, and it's a place where GGG didn't really mention in the announcement trailer, but I think there's a very easy way to navigate this place, which is to follow the road. And the first road should always lead you to Una's hut, where you can actually find the loot right here, I think. Right there. See? Right here you can find the loot. It's actually quite nice. So past this, what I would do is also find the road all the way down, and I'll just follow it. And eventually, as long as I follow this road, I should be able to find the way to the next area instead of getting lost in the fields. I know there's a crop circle event in this map. I'm not sure what's the best way to find this. And I'm also not sure if it's even worth finding. That's one thing. Oh, well, the crop circle... I did not do this on purpose, but the crop circle is here. It also probably means that I need to go through the other way. What you can do is probably there's a crop circle beside this block. So maybe you can just assume that and look for the crop circle that's close to this. But if I follow this route, from my personal experience, you should actually get to the next map quite fast. Right there. So this is actually one of the nicest, easiest places to navigate in the game. So the last area I want to talk about in Act 1 is actually Ogum Manor. So Ogum Manor is actually very straightforward. What you are looking for is Candlemass before the first staircase. Candlemass can actually be before the first bridge, which is one of the features of this map, and it can also be after the first bridge. So be sure to check as long as you're not really sure which layout you're on. But the thing that is true is that Candlemass will always be before the first staircase. For this layout, I'm actually guessing that Candlemass is after the bridge, so we might actually have to turn back if I'm wrong. But there have been layouts that I've played that you actually see Candlemass before the bridge. So hopefully it's not this, hopefully it's not that layout when I'm doing this, but you know, stuff happens. Yeah, and the reason why I'm doing this relatively blind is so that people can tell that, oh, this guy is actually doing it, and it's true. It's not like just some weird pattern recognition that happens. So this is before the first staircase. I would say the staircase should be right around this. The staircase, however, is always after the bridge, so you don't have to backtrack too far away. So, in case you're wondering what I'm talking about, the bridge is actually this thing where you can see the monster. This is why I call the bridge. So it won't be that. It should be somewhere here. So for the rest of this map, what's important, right? So the staircase are here. So as I was saying, for the rest of this map, in case you're ever lost, the important thing is to just look for the bridge and go past it. Other than Candlemas, which is before the first staircase, you don't actually need to worry about anything else in this map. All you have to do is find the bridge, go past the bridge, and every time you go past the bridge, you know that you're on the right track. So there will be a total of 3 bridges, so something like this. So when I go past this, there will be a staircase in the area ahead of me. It won't be behind me anymore, which makes this map a lot readable. See? Staircase is after the bridge. Then all you need now is the last staircase, which would actually bring you to the boss of Act 1. Right? So the last one, right here. Take this lift, and you're down to the boss. Right? That has been fun. Went through quite a few maps. Hopefully this will help you guys from getting lost and, enjoy your Act 1. Peace.